Shani Kaur found a little patch of discoloured skin on her forehead.
As the years passed, her condition worsened, and today about 70% of her body has changed colour and gone from being brown to white.
Shani is a young Asian woman, and as her colour changed, she felt like her identity was slipping away too. She joins us now, along with her father, Karati, and her doctor, Ash Dutta. And they're all sitting here patiently, waiting for us to wander over. Good morning. So actually, I think it was your mum that spotted it first.
It was, yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
So whereabouts was it when it first
just
started?
a small patch on my forehead when my mum first noticed it, and then within months it just spread throughout my body.
And what did the doctor say at that stage?
Well, when we first went, I never knew where it was till we got referred to a dermatologist, and then he said it was vitiligo. But that time there was nothing out for it, to do for it, so we had to
there's no
leave
treatment, nothing, just leave it. So
No.
you're 9, and I think it was, when did you actually start having some treatment? When you were 17-ish?
Yes, 16, 17.
So 8 years you waited, and then what was that treatment?
That was a treatment which was taking away my remainder colour, is because at that time there wasn't much for me to have for the amount that I had vitiligo. So I thought that was my only option at the time.
So take away any other colour that you had and bleach it out?
Yeah.
Is that painful?
It was sometimes, because like an acid peel that they used.
Gosh.
But
So it's sort of going the wrong way. Rather, you obviously wanted to be going back to what you were, rather than what you were becoming, paler and paler and paler.
Because
how fast did it creep through your body?
within months.
Really?
But as I got older, it slowed down to eventually it stopped.
And what did the people around you say?
All my friends and everybody that was supporting, but you do have people who stare and just want to know what it is, but instead of asking they just used to stare, so it made it harder to live in a sense, because they didn't used to ask, they just used to look.
What is it? What is it, Dr Dutta?
Vitiligo is a condition which slowly turns coloured skin white. It's much more evident in coloured people, but we know that 1 to 2% of even Caucasian population also has vitiligo. It is not as apparent unless you go on a holiday when your normal skin turns slightly brown and then the white patches stand out. In Shani's case, obviously being Asian, it was standing out a lot more.
It's something to do with the immune system, isn't it? The autoimmune.
There are a couple of theories. The commonest one is that the immune system slowly deactivates the melanocytes, which are the cells that produce color. The melanin then stops being produced in the skin, and your skin slowly turns white. But nobody knows why it is symmetrical. It can be asymmetrical as well, but more often than not it is symmetrical. There is some genetic preponderance, and we also know that diabetes, some thyroid problems, and other pernicious anemia-like conditions can be associated with it because of the immune generated
You felt
response.
that what it was doing was, you say your friends were very supportive, family supportive, but you did feel as if your identity was slipping away.
It was, yeah, because I'm Asian. Nobody knew that I was Asian, so it did make me feel more that I wanted to do something about it. When this came out, I thought I'll go for it and see what happens.
So you read it in a magazine?
Yeah, well, actually I found out by Dr Dutta that it came out in Australia. But I didn't think of having it done, because I thought, oh well, I've got this much, so I don't think it'd work. But then I thought about it more and more.
So this is a new treatment that you, and Dr Dutta's going to tell us how it works in a moment. That you thought, as soon as you saw it, this is it. This is what I want. What did it say it was going to do for you?
I thought once my colour came back, which I've always wanted, and for 11 years I've lived with vitiligo, and finally something's come that could actually help me, and I'm really looking forward to having it done if it works.
Well, you're looking excited about it all now, but Karati, being your daughter, watching your daughter going through something that's very difficult, particularly teenage years and things, you must have felt very upset for her.
She was upset all the time, like, you know, but you couldn't do nothing for her, you know. They had been to the doctors and such as that, like, you know, but all they could do was like so prescribe radiation or creams and such as that, you know, camouflage cream, and that was it.
Yes, because there are some treatments on the NHS which are, you know, sort of work to a greater or lesser degree. Everybody's different, of course.
The PUVA, which we normally recommend, and some people also advise steroid creams, have very short-term mechanism. But this is hopefully going to be long-term.
So what does it do then? What is this pioneering new
It's
work
pioneering
you're doing?
because it's new. We were the first clinic in Europe to have tried it on vitiligo. What it does is we take a thin slice, it's a split skin graft. If you think of skin as a sandwich, the top layer is the epidermis, which is the dead layer or some of the live cells, but the dermis is the live layer. And between the epidermis and the dermis, you have got these junctional cells which produce melanocytes, which produce fibroblasts, the healing cells of the skin as well.
And they're the cells that are responsible for pigment, are they?
The melanocytes.
Yeah.
The higher concentration of melanocytes at the junctional level.
Right.
So we take a split skin graft under local anesthesia, then with trypsin, which is an enzyme, we slowly split the epidermis and the dermis. Then we scrape the cells of the under surface of the epidermis and the upper surface of the dermis. This is just taking the little filling of the sandwich, if that's the right way to explain. And then we make a solution of it. It takes about 20 minutes to half an hour to do the whole thing. And then we take the recipient area where we are going to put the cells. We laser the area so that we take the top layer off and we can get to the level where we are going to deposit the cells. And then we put the cells as a solution, as a spray.
Spray it on. Now, you've had the patch test done, and how long ago was that?
About last Thursday.
Last Thursday. And how is it looking now?
It's still red, you see, until the redness
From
goes
the
down.
lasering,
Then the colour should hopefully come through.
So you think it might do. And when that has settled down, and if you are looking like a good donor for this, the whole of you can be done in a day. Is that
the
correct?
thing we're doing...
Well, Shani's is 70%, it's a large area. She's quite keen to have it done in one day.
I can see that.
I think the safest thing would be to do it in 2 or 3 stages, because it's a lasering the whole body. We have taken some pictures 5 days ago, on the 5th day, and there is some color already forming on the edges. My only worry is that I don't want to excite people around, because everybody is listening to it, they're waiting eagerly for this magic thing to happen. And the color may be related to the laser, because you can get some hyperpigmentation secondary to laser. The burn itself.
So it's very much wait and see at the moment.
Very expensive.
It sounds very, very painful. Did it hurt? Sort of
It did, yeah.
Stripping this skin away and stripping it all
It's
off.
under local, but yes, it does.
It's all well and good saying it's under local, but she's saying yes. It does sting. Yeah.
She wants a life back, don't you? That's the thing. Very expensive. And Karate, I know as a family you're paying for all of this. How much will it cost?
Well, we don't know the end of it yet.
It's a lot of money.
A lot of money.
We're talking the figure,
plus.
over £20,000.
Well, it says in the papers.
That's an expensive
I think
procedure.
the papers have got that wrong.
Did they?
Because my dad's not paying for it. If this works, then we shall hopefully will pay for it, for me to have it done as for one of them.
Yes, I see.
Well, what happened was when the Australian people came, I mean, Fiona Woods, who actually discovered or invented it, she's a British-born dermatologist and has been nominated and successfully got the Australian Personality of the Year this year for this particular event. And about 40 or 45 of the Bali bombing candidates were treated with the RECELL. So it is quite hopeful that it'll work, but in her case, we negotiated with the company that we'll do the test patch first, and if that works, the company would favorably do whatever they can for Shani.
Brilliant.
A bit of help.
Well,
Good.
Fingers crossed, Shani.
Yeah.
If it goes well, let us know, won't you?
I will, yes.
And thank you very much for coming to speak to us.
Welcome.
Brilliant, isn't it? Science really rocketing ahead with
very
things.
much
Thank you,
indeed.
Patty, as well. Well, we are heading for a quick break now, but still to come today, our vet, Scott Miller, risks losing a finger when he comes face to face with Charlie, the